Hi guys, Deanne here from Canada Abroad, and thanks so much for tuning in. Today we are just bringing you some breaking news in terms of the new immigration levels plan for the next 3 years. That's 2022, 2023, and 2024. So you're going to see a lot of posts right now, that the numbers are going up and big numbers being thrown around. But I thought I would break it down for you guys so you can actually see, is this increase that everyone is talking about going to benefit you or not? So they did come out with the new supplementary plan, so you can see how many new immigrants they're hoping to admit in the next 3 years. So again, 2022, 2023, and 2024. So they are increasing the number of people that they are going to be accepting and how many visas they're going to be issuing. But we're going to look at the breakdown to see where these numbers are going. Is it going to be more people as CEC, Federal Skilled Worker? Is it going to be an increase in refugee applicants, family class? Where are these numbers coming from? So let's go through and see exactly what's happening for each of the different programs. Hey guys, let's take a look at the breakdown. So here on the left-hand side, I have what was announced in October 2020. And this was the levels for 2021, 2022, and 2023. On the right-hand side, I have what was released today for 2022, 2023, and 2024. So for 2022, in the first report, okay, they were looking to target 411 new immigrants. Now they've upped it to 431. So that's 20,000 more people that they're hoping for in 2022. If we look at 2023, they're looking for 421 people. Now it's up to 447. And then in 2024, they're looking for 451. So these are the targets total. But now we want to look at the different actual programs and how many people they're going to be looking to target in those. So the first thing we see is the federal high skilled. So what does this mean? Okay, this is federal skilled workers, federal skilled trades, and the Canadian Experience Class. So predominantly it is the express entry system. So in 2022, they were hoping, okay, to get 110,500 people. If we look at 2022 now, they have lowered that number quite a bit to 55,900. So that's not good news for people hoping to see express entry go up. If we look at 2023, they were hoping to have 113,750. That number is now 75,750. But then it seems to go back up to normal only in 2024. So that is not good news. It means that they have reduced the number of people that they're hoping to target through the express entry system up until 2024. Then if we look at the business programs, not a lot changed there at all, okay? If we look at this here, this federal economic public policies, this was the temporary residence to permanent residency program that had opened last year. And those applications already had to have been submitted, but obviously they're only going to be processed now over the next 2 years. And that's why we see it fall off in 2024. So these are applications that have been submitted and are pending. But if we look at combining this total with the express entry people, we're getting very close to what they're targeting. So basically the people in this TR to PR pathway are taking basically spots that would have gone to the express entry applicants. So that's how they're kind of making that up, okay? Then if we look at the pilot programs, not a lot has changed there. They're hoping for 10,000. Now they're just, adding 250. So not a big change in those numbers. Atlantic immigration pilot, largely the same. Provincial nominations, slight increases, 2,000 for this year, 3,000 for the following year. And then we see it go up a bit more in 2024. So again, not a huge change. If we're going to look at the family class, the spouse, partners, and children, pretty much unchanged. If we look at the parents and grandparents numbers, it's going to go up. For 2022, what they had hoped was 23,500, and now it's 25,000. So that's, an increase. And then we're going to go up again in the following year. So at least that's going up because it's also quite a problem is that we have too many people applying and not enough spots. So at least they are giving a few more spots into that program because it is so popular. If we look at the protected persons, they're hoping for 24,500. That has stayed the same. Okay, so not a huge difference in that one. If we look at the resettlement of refugees, government assisted, that has gone up. They were looking at 12,500. Now we're up to 19,790. And then again, it's up in the next 2 years. So with this, what they have said is this human rights defenders in need of protection. So this is the specific program that they're looking at there. Then the number of private refugees that they're looking at, this is also increased. So they were looking at helping to settle 22,500. That number is now up to 31,255 and then up again. So that has gone up quite a bit for the next 2 years. If we look at the resettled refugees, blended visa office referred, that's fairly consistent, same numbers. So the refugee numbers have increased. So in total, they were looking at 60,500. Now they're looking at, it's about 16,000 extra refugee applicants. And then if we look at the following year, it's about another 13,000. So a large chunk is also coming from this, in addition to the TR-PR pathway. But again, the was really taking spots from express entry. Then if we look at the humanitarian compassionate, it's usually 5,500. They're looking at 8,250, then up to 10,500, and then bringing it back down again. So if you look at this in detail, yes, we are definitely increasing the number of people that we are hoping to target, but it's not necessarily going to affect a lot of the people that are looking at immigration. So that's people who are hoping to go through the express entry system. Unfortunately, the numbers are coming down for 2022 and 2023. So it's a little less positive than we were hoping for. The people who were hoping to go through TR to PR pathways, those applications closed last year. So they're going to file and process those visas over the next 2 years. So that's also what they are hoping in here. So notice I don't say they're reopening it. I'm not sure if that is potentially going to happen, but I doubt it looking at the numbers that they're going to be processing versus how many applications they were taking. Always a possibility. But again, if we reopened it this year, then whoever filed this year, those numbers would just carry over and only be processed here in 2023. But I think the main takeaway here is express entry, the number of people getting visas actually issued to them, because these numbers that you see, you have to remember it's visas issued and people admitted. So not just ITAs issued, but actual visas. So it's not as positive as I was hoping. But we always want to give you the full details so you can, be very aware of what's going on out there. Family class, some good news for the parent-grandparent sponsorship. It's not a massive difference, but any extra applications that they'll accept is always great news. And then obviously for the refugees, it's great news that there's going to be extra people accepted, and the same for the humanitarian compassionate grounds and other applications. But bad news for those hoping to go through express entry as federal skilled workers, Canadian Experience Class, or Federal Skilled Tradespeople. So thank you guys so much, as always, for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Canadian immigration news and updates.